Check it. Alright. I can show a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Turn this on. So, good evening. I didn't do a live today earlier, so I wanted to do it now. Alright, so I'm going to pull from a post I made on Facebook. By the way, my YouTube name is everything like on Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot. Facebook's really nice. I've been posting on Facebook for decades now. And if you want to follow me or add me if you follow me and I see you, I'll add you back as a friend. It's not a big deal. So, yeah. I posted on Facebook I posted on Facebook a year ago, around May. And I said that midlife is at 30. I really wanted to say midlife was at 27, but I already knew people were going to lose their minds about me with me saying that the middle of your life is about 30. 30 multiplied by 2 is 60. So I'm saying that at 30 years old, you better get your shit in order and get your life together, and do what you came to this world to do, whatever that plan is. For majority of us, it's supposed to be to create families. And then for some of us, there might be an addition of a career, or like maybe you become a talent that you may pursue, like Michael Jackson, and so on. Anyways, yeah, about 30 years old, you're in the middle of your life. You lived around 20 years, 18 in the US, at home for sure, ish. If you had both parents or a parent, if you had that privilege, that blessing. And then you spend the next 3-4 years idle and by yourself, and then you get back into a relationship, or and ideally create a family. Particularly with women, you're supposed to go from under your father to your husband, but that's not really too much of what I want to delve into today. When I made this post on Facebook, everybody and their mama came after me. Literally, even a childhood friend's mom, who I've gone to their family place for years, and we've known each other since, technically she knew of me before middle school, because she knew my cousins, and then I definitely met her in 6th grade. So I've known these people for like 20 plus years. We're talking about like 20 around 22, 24 years. Because my friend from 6th grade, him and I have been friends now for 18, 19 years going on. So I've known them for probably about 20, 21 years. And I'm only 28, right? So I've basically known them almost as long as I've been in this country. Well, you'd imagine if she's the mom of my childhood friend, then she's definitely up there in age. And she even and she had the gall, is that what we're gonna say, to even open her mouth and come at the post sideways, saying, "Oh, that's ridiculous. 30 is not middle age." And I doubled down. I said I really wanted to say 27 was middle age. I really wanted to say 27 was middle age. So I even doubled down, and you could tell there was a point in the interaction where I could, she knew and I knew there's this line that we're not gonna cross, and white woman, and so she went about her business, I went about my business, and I entertained some other people on the post. People were very disrespectful about that post. People were very rude and very mean about it. All I said was the middle of your life is about the middle of your life is about 30. That's all I said. I didn't add any more context to that. And I had 50 people comment talking about how terrible I was, how wrong I was, A girl I graduated, well, she graduated a year above me. She was very beautiful. They're a very beautiful woman. But she always dated the ugliest men. I don't know why. I wish she dated me since you're into ugly men. I don't know why you didn't date me. But yeah, very beautiful woman. She's a nurse. She commented and tried to give me the definitions that her hospital uses to define what's middle age or whatnot. So she used it. She said, "Oh, I don't remember." She gave me like 5 different classifications of like 1 to 2 is toddler. You know what I mean, adolescent, and basically 30 was. She said literally 30 was young man, young woman. And I'm like, yeah, 30 is definitely not young man, young woman. Young man, okay. Let me define it. Toddler. By the time you start to walk, toddler. After that, child. After that, when a boy starts to have feelings for a woman, it goes from boy to young man. And between young man to about 17 is young man. Now, from 18, you're a man. Anywhere past 18 to about 24, you can say younger man if you want. But if I go to jail, I'm a man. I'm sorry. If I go to jail for the rest of my life, for sure, I'm a man. Sorry about that. So yeah, if you want to be courteous or be nice, and this is all through the mindset of a woman, by the way, because for men, we are our age. We're not the gender that goes all of their life talking about you shouldn't ask about my age. You shouldn't ask a woman about her age, right? So we're not that gender, so we really don't care. And women are definitely very quick to let us know you're a grown-ass man, whenever it is they don't get their way or they're disgruntled about you. Anyways, so at that time, actually, of me making that post, I'm pretty sure Kevin, Kevin's about to have his 1-year anniversary of having passed away. Yeah, because this post was very special to me. And it was just like, wow. At that time, it resurfaced about people, and their feelings and their sentiments towards him. And at that same time, I was getting that same kind of backlash. It was like, man, y'all are crazy. But I'm going to stand 10 toes down. So this is why 27 is midlife. So 27 times 2 is 54. Ironically, Kevin Samuels did actually die at about, 54? It definitely 54. If not, then it was 56. And even if you guys feel like people don't feel like it, people literally do start plummeting off this planet right around 50. Like at 50, God starts knocking like, hey, it's your time to go. If you made it to 50, you lived a good life, and after 50, every year that you get is really a blessing, especially in America with the food and whatnot. And then you add 10 more years to that. This is why I say at 30 is your midlife, because 30 times 2 is 60. If you add 10 more years to that 50, I'm sorry, you're too old to be prominent. Like, unless you're Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, Biden, you're too old. Like, nobody cares. Okay, I always ask girls this question. These days. Okay, what'd your grandma do? They can never tell you what their grandma did. You can never tell me what profession your grandma was, how she made a living. You can tell me 4 or 5 interesting facts about your grandma's livelihood, unless she was freaking Rosa Parks. So that's why at 60 it's done. Everybody, if you had the privilege and the opportunity, the blessing to have had grandparents around, we all know the feeling of your grandma, your granddad just rumbling along in conversation about something, and just talking and talking and talking, and it's just going in one ear and coming out the other ear, and you're just like, grandma, you're like, and you want to be respectful, so you just sit there and you listen, and if you listen long enough, you'll catch some wisdom. But regardless of if you appreciate it or not, there are many things you could be doing, such as playing video games or just doing anything else, So that's what it is. After 60, you're not relevant. The world has left you behind. Your friends are passing away, and the world has left you behind. There's a and I will say, I originated that midlife is 27 fit or 30 a little bit from Muhammad Ali, because a few years ago I saw one of his interviews where he was asked, okay, what do you see yourself doing after you retire? And then he goes on to explain that life really isn't that long. He says, I'm 35. He has probably another good 30 years to go. And he says, if you do the math, and then he went on to do the math. He said that you probably spend, half of that. If you make it to 60, you probably spend half of that sleeping, or a portion. I don't remember exactly how he said it. You spend 10 years driving to work or driving to wherever it is that you're going, so you can live life. I really like that part. You spend 20 years working, So he really just broke it down, and after he said it all like that, it's like, you really don't have a lot of, life is short. Look, I'm doing this live right now, right? And I'm driving somewhere, right? I'm trying to make the best of it, because frankly, guys, as much as I love and appreciate you guys, and I really do, I looked at my analytics, and you guys literally put in 300 plus hours of watch time on my channel, and I'm really appreciative. At the same time, though, I'm very busy, man. I work a lot. And when I do come home and there's nothing going array, I'm sorry, guys. I just want to lay in my bed and mind my own damn business. I'm sorry. I could go home, let's grind. Let's get the grind on. Put up the video. Get the audio right. Everything. Get the lighting right. Get the little da-da-da. I could do that for you guys. But honestly, it's not I don't care about y'all. It's not that this isn't rewarding. It's very rewarding. I gotta take care of my mind, my mental health. I gotta take care of my physical being. Before I did this live, I just ran 6 miles. I could have done the live, but then I wouldn't be able to run my 6 miles, right? Oh, I could do the live and run the 6 miles, sure, but my phone would die after 30 minutes. So the point in it is, I'm driving, right as we speak. This is a 30-minute drive. Coming back is another 30-minute drive. That's an hour. I used to date this one girl I adored, and I used to go get her from George Mason. From my house, George Mason is 35 minutes. And at some point in the relationship, there is tension where I felt betrayed, and I felt like she didn't appreciate me. And so then I started to count how much effort I was putting in this relationship. And I'm just thinking to myself, I go get you, come back, take you home, come back. I drive freaking, and it actually probably 45 minutes, not 35. But I did the math. I drive 4 hours, 3 hours and some change, just so that we can spend time with each other. Honestly, I do that shit right now, But at the time, I was just tired, But she hasn't been around for a while. But if I could, I would do that right now. I'd drive straight to her place, pick her up. I mean, now she drives, so that's fine. She has a car. But yeah, the point is, that adds up. So when people want to meet up or link or whatever it is, and I look at the GPS, that stuff says an hour. I don't even think an hour. I think 2 hours. Especially if I'm supposed to go on a date, and the woman's like, "Oh, take me out, da 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 da." You know, I look at it, I'm like, dang. So you want me to drive 2 hours plus spend 3 hours of money that I've made on this date. So 5 hours I'll never get back, and then you'll just drop me like it's hot. You know? Doesn't make sense. Like I've been working with my buddy here about the whole dating situation because we do go to work and put in hours of our life to make this money, and it's just not cool when people feel entitled to the hard work and the hours will never get back. You know, so I've made it a point to literally not spend money on women at all because these are days, months, weeks I'll never get back ever. Like if I spend, if I look at my credit card, it's like, oh man, 1,500 because I've been trying to get a girlfriend, and I've gone on dates with 4 different women. It's like that adds freaking up. My friend, like I was saying, he spent $850 on one girl, right? He dropped before her. He dropped 2K on a puppy for a girl, right? And it's just like, and at the end of the day, they still continue to behave the way they want to behave. Whereas when I reflect back, the best relationships I ever had, right, were relationships where that woman just wanted to be there. She didn't care if we're eating peanuts and bananas or yogurt. She just wanted to spend time with me. And so if a woman says she want to go on this date and all that, I make it a point to say I'm good. If I match with you on a dating app and you're talking about going to get XYZ, usually I don't unmatch. I'll just stop replying. I'm not ghosting you. If you want to say something more reasonable, then I'll reply. Like if you want to say something, I'll reply. I do all the time, you know? Like some woman wants to, because she's not a girl, she's a woman. Some woman wants to get drinks, but she's out in Delaware. And I told her, you know, we could just go to the park or something. She's like, oh no, let's get drinks. I'm sorry, I'm not driving out to Delaware to get drinks with you that I'm expected to pay for and then drive back home. Nah, I'm good. I just left her like where she's at. I'm good. And because like Muhammad Ali said, life is very short. And if you keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, you're dumb. You really are dumb. So I've had to make it a point to change up a lot of different things and perspectives so that I can get better results about life. Like earlier today, my father and I were talking to each other. I was telling him about some work related stuff, and my dad, when he talks to me, he gives me advice about life, and I called him to actually ask him an opinion about things with concerning work. So he gave me all that, and then he delved into like building a family, finding a wife, that kind of stuff. And he made a comment, and I'm really proud of myself. To be honest, it still kind of eats me up. He made a comment. He's like, you know, I really wanted you to already be married like 2 years ago. And I was really proud of myself because I could have been like, married to who? Married to who? if you know, or like you've been around my channel long enough, then you should know my ex left 2 years ago, and I didn't feel supported at all with my parents in regards to her. And the women that my parents have brought, like literally one of them told me that marriage is slavery. She literally said marriage is slavery. This is a woman that we've known her family all of our lives. Like I've known her family literally all my life, and she said that marriage was slavery. So it's like, so this is the woman I'm supposed to marry? And my dad, the thing, it keeps eating me up. It really keeps eating me up, but I keep respecting him, and I'm trying not to like just say anything. So I just shut up. I don't say nothing. Like I was really proud of myself because I'm like, oh, I could have been like married to who, but I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet because she's gone. She's gone, and there are no prospects. There are no prospects. I put a lot of work to find somebody to talk to. I've put a lot of work to date somebody. But there are literally no prospects. No woman, no women, no woman, a woman has even come close to like that. Over the summer, there was a girl that was really, it seemed like, but she was from childhood, and she love bombed the hell out of me and ghosted me. So what can you do? Well, so I was really proud of myself when my father was saying stuff, and I just let it go. I was like, it's fine, Buka, don't make a comment. And when I went running earlier, it popped back up in my head, and I had to like rebury it, because I was just like, it really does eat me up when, look guys, if there's somebody that you care about or something you care about in your life that brings you happiness, please don't sit around and try to consider everybody's opinion about it. Don't sit around trying to make everybody happy. Make sure that person or that thing, you know, gets that priority. Like if you come home and video games is what you enjoy to play, don't let your wife, your dog, your mama, your daddy tell you that. Like, as long as you work hard, like if you're in school, you're studying, you're getting A's, boom, you're good. If you're just a hardworking man, you working, and you know you work 60, 70 hours this week, and you're only home for a few hours, and you just want to spend just a few hours playing some video games, don't let nobody say nothing crazy to you. And then when it comes to relationships, if there's a woman or a man that makes you happy, like you look forward to coming home to see, don't be ashamed about that. Don't be ashamed about it, regardless of the color of her skin or his skin. Don't be ashamed about it, you know. As long as she meets your requirements, whatever it is that you initially enjoyed about her or him, you know. Like, I don't like big girls, but if you like big girls, don't let your friends make you feel bad. And even though I don't like big girls, and I definitely tell my friends to stay away from them big girls, look for something better. Look for a girl more in shape. If they do start really getting into a girl that is larger, and they do form a relationship, I respect their relationship, and I don't make no more comments. If that's really what you want, get what you want. You know, take what you want. But in regards to my friends, it's really very cutthroat. That a lot of the guys around me, it's not what they want. It's just what they can get. And so they, you know what they say. Women say, I don't settle for less. Men settle for less every single day. Men settle every single day for less. Men settle every single day for less. Men don't know how to settle for more. If a man will literally be dreaming about a model, a hot model, work his butt off for that model, and then when that 300-pound girl show up and treats him like trash. I'm not talking about 300-pound sweetheart. I'm talking about 300-pound sumo wrestler that wants to use him as practice. Pulls up. He'll throw everything out the window just because he's finally getting some attention. Because as a man, it's very lonely, you know? And I'm bringing all these things up because I am in my midlife. I'm 30. Well, I'm 28, but I'm 30. So if I can't get what I desire here, I'm going to have to go look for it. And the job position that I was discussing with my dad were two kind of things. And I don't know if I want to dive into it here, because I don't think it's probably not appropriate. Okay, can you let me in? What is wrong with you? Jesus. Like, you see me freaking trying to get in. Like, if you're gonna if you're gonna speed up, speed up. If you're gonna slow down, slow down. Don't match my speed. I'm not gonna break the speed. Like, I'm not gonna do 20 miles over the speed limit just so I can get in and turn. People are, jeez, you know. And then people think I'm an ass when I slow down and do 15 miles per hour just so people like him can get by me so I can make my turns, you know. But whatever. Anyways, moving on. Yeah. So if I can't get what I'm looking for here in this country, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. And the particularly one of the jobs that I'm looking at will allow me to literally travel the world. Apparently, I'll be traveling once a week. Did I say once a week? Once a month. So the travel is like 50% travel. They want me to represent them internationally once a month for basically 2 weeks at a time, you know? And we're talking about international travel. I'm not talking about Idaho. I'm not talking about Nebraska, wherever that is. I'm talking about Greece. I'm talking about Egypt, Cairo, Madagascar. I'm talking about, hell, Nigeria, you know? So, all over. And I think I'm going to have to take it and go with it because it sounds exciting, and I'll be able to be a passport bro on somebody else's budget. I'm not going to go out there and necessarily look for women, but I'm going to keep my eyes open and see what women do look like and how they behave. And if they behave the way I think and the way it sounds like they behave, then I'm going to have to book a ticket on my own time to come back down to wherever that is. Anyways, I got to go. I've got dinner reservations. I've got somebody cooking me dinner. She usually makes me so I'm on a fruit diet, but she knows I like ribs. I don't eat ribs every day or a lot, but we were just having a conversation, and she was like, "You like ribs? Oh, I make your ribs." This is a Chinese woman. Yeah, this is a Chinese woman, and she makes me ribs and fried rice. So yeah, she makes me ribs and fried rice, and we were watching TV. Yeah, I just have a good time. She drinks a lot. I don't drink a lot. I can drink maybe once a week, maybe, but that's pushing it. Usually, after I drink, it takes me like a few months to want to drink again. So I'm not a big drinker whatsoever, but she drinks, which is fine. It doesn't matter, you know. And look, she is an absolutely amazing cook. So I'm gone. I'm gonna go in there because I'm already late. I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. All right. Hope you guys have a good day. And if I'm not too tired on my way back, I'll do another live.